National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bangalore, and on behalf of that, Professor Kishore and Professor Umesh. And I am very much grateful to congratulate you to organize this type of the lecture on the International Mental Health Day. Thank you very much. I start my lecture without any reference. Actually, what I am doing, I will tell you in a very brief. And I am not in practice of the making some PowerPoints or something, so I will talk abruptly on lecture. You said that your faculty, apart from the Ayurveda, is also joining this session. So this may be some difficult word for them, but every Indian should know what we are having about the mental health. Definitely, I am sure they will be benefited with the deliberations. Thank you very much. First of all, I am thankful to Mala Kapadia also. She joined at very short notice and she is working in the field of mental health very sincerely, and she organized one international seminar in Coimbatore recently. I was not there, unfortunately, I was out of country that time, but now I will join you and Malaji shortly. Definitely. One basic difference between the Ayurvedic Manas Rog and modern psychiatry is the psychology, philosophy based psychology, and darshan based psychology. What is the difference between philosophy and darshan? Philosophy is the hypothesis, and darshan what has been seen by the seers. Our rishis seen that philosophy at in by dhyan chakshu, gyan chakshu or tapas chakshu. These were the tools of the darshan. But chakshu was there, eye was there. So there is a big difference between the philosophy and darshan. And darshan, when we see the things in eye views, then it converts into the matter. Hypothesis is just fantasy. But when we see the things, then it converts into the matter, dravya. Dravya means manas is also dravya in Ayurveda, matter. Dravyasritam karma yaduchyate kriyeti. How the manas or mana works, because it is dravya, it is adhyatma dravya guna sangraha. Mana manorath buddhi atma cheti adhyatma dravya guna sangraha. It is written in Charak Sutra 8 by 13. And Subhasubha Pravritti Nivritti Hetu. It is the cause of good and bad deeds. So it is dravya. And how it is dravya? There are three sections of the manas are described there in same chapter, that is manah, sattvam, chetah ityahureke. One part of manas rog is mana. Second part is very important, that is dravya, purely dravya, that is sattva. And third one is outcome of this dravya, that is chetas. So what is mana? Mana is the governor, mana is operator, mana is operators of this apparatus. Basically, what we are seeing, this whole body is mind. This is the illusion that we are having body. This whole body is mind according to the Ayurveda. Every cell is the apparatus of that mana, and that cell also has its own mind. So, we are having the mind through the toe of to top. Everything is dravya, everything has mind, everything has sensation, everything has sukh and dukh. So everything has its own mind. First thing. Then mana is indriya vigraha karma manasa swasya nigraha. And what is the symptom of mana? Lakshanam manaso jnanasya abhavo bhava evacha. Symptom of mana is getting knowledge or absence of the knowledge. Abhav and bhav of the knowledge is symptom of the mana. How this gets the knowledge? Indriya vigraha. It gathers the information, a full-scope information gathered from the indriya or sensory system, that is gathered by the mana for procession into the knowledge. What is that? 5 processes are there: chintya, vicharya, uhya, dheya and sankalpa. What is chintya? Many good or bad, very useful or harmful, many information indriya takes every time, even in sleeping time also. What is useful for consideration? That is chintya, and rest are achintya. These are unconsiderable. Very few of them are to be focused by the manas, and that is to be analyzed, that is useful, now useful or later useful, considerable now or after that, or it is harmful or useful. This is uha. Then dheya, amalgamation of the considerable things, analyzed things into the emotions. Dheyam bhavana jnana vishayam. That now become goal for the knowledge. That become now dheya or goal or purpose. So dheya is the 4th stage, and then conviction, then sankalpa, nirvikalpak jnana. Nirvikalpak, no substitute of this particular thing. We have to know this thing very well. Then tatah param buddhi pravartate. Uho vicharasya tatah param buddhi pravartate. After these 5 stages, after converting into the sankalpa or conviction, the man delivers it to the wisdom or intellect for nishchay and vyavasaya. Nishchay means confirmation, or vyavasaya means execution. The buddhi is the instrument who does confirmation and do how to respond, how to execute, but with the help of patience, with the help of dhriti brandsa, niyam and nished, niyam and vidhi and nished. What is to be done, what is not to be done, what is the rule, what is overruled, this time what is the discipline, at what age, at what time, at what personality, and what mental status of the response is there. So this is decided by the dhriti or dhairya, and then smriti. This smriti has a lot of memories of previous deeds. है ना? Then when we did this job, what was the result? This person is not reliable or believable or reliable or thinkable or not thinkable, this doable or not doable. This is in your memory, and every cell has its own memory. So, the Dhriti and Smriti, these are combinedly known as Pragya. So, first Indriya, then Manas, then Pragya. This is the process of the knowledge. Ultimately, this knowledge is converted into the truth. After scrutinizing what was the false. Sat, truth. This Sat is Chetas, Sat is truth, Sat is knowledge. The whole information has a very little truth, and false information are to be deleted immediately from the memory, because smartavyam hi smartau sthitam. What is rememberable, that only should retain in the memory, and what is forgettable, that should be deleted immediately from the memory. This is written in Charak Sari 1. So, Smriti will tell you Smrtva Swabhavam Bhavanam Sarva Dukkha Vyapohaka. Smriti will tell you what is the Swabhav, what is his behavior is normal, because he is not yet developed as a human being. He is still behaving like animal. He is still behaving like many Pashu or Matsya or Asur or Rakshas or Sarp or Sakun. So, if the Swabhav of the person is known by the Smriti,
Recording in progress.
okay, this is the basic principle of the knowledge. Okay, now we are coming to the Sattva. What is Sattva? This whole process is operated by the Manas. Lekin second part of the Manas is very important, and that is the nutritional source of the Manas. Because the Mana is Dravya, Mana is matter, and this matter is to be get nourished continuously. And what is this Sattva? There are 7 dhatu in body. After ahara ras, after good digestion and metabolism, we get anna ras, and that convert into rasa dhatu, rakta dhatu, mansa dhatu, and onward finally at sukra dhatu and ojas. Okay, this ojas is sattva. Sattva means essence of the all dhatus. This is the product of rasasar or rasadhatvoj, raktadhatvoj, mansadhatvoj, medodhatvoj, asthidhatvoj, majjadhatvoj and sukradhatvoj. And finally, this is par oj or upper oj. Okay, these two factors are known as sattva. Yat sharir rasa sneha prana tatra pratisthita. The seat of life is not the tissue, not the organ, not the mind, not the atma even. The seat of the life is ojas or sattva. Yat sharir rasa sneha. This is written in Charak Sutra Sthan 30. So, Sharir Rasa Sneha means essence of the essence. Rasasar is finally essence of the rasa dhatu. But all the 7 dhatus essence is sattva sar. And this sattva is the nutrition for this mental cavity. And this is the switch between the body and mind. Sattvam aupapadukam yat jivam sprik sarirena saha abhisabadnati. Sprik sarir means this physical body. This physical body is connected with the mind with the help of switch of sattva, sattvam aupapadukam. This is the connection between the body and mind. Yasmin apagamana puruskriti, if this sattva is not performed very well, if sattva is not become very well, then silam asya vyavartate, code and conduct will be disturbed. Bhaktir viparyaste, liking and disliking will be altered. Vyadhaya apyayante, manasik vyadhaya, mental problems will be arised. And tasmat hina prananjahati, and this is the cause of deliberated suicides. Okay, so this sattva is very important. Sattva is the final product of the food. That's why in Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, one quote is there, Ahara Shuddhau Sattva Shuddhi, Sattva Shuddhau Dhruva Smriti. The best food, the pure food is where the sattva is the product of pure food, and the pure sattva is the basis for pure memory. Okay, ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhau dhruva smriti. One more quote is there from Chandogya Upanishad ki tad aharam hi, this food will convert into 3 stages. First, gross conversion is dosh, dhatu and mala. Gross conversion of food is in dosh, dhatu and mala. The middle conversion, second level conversion is ojas or sattva, and third one is mana, anishtham mana. Anishtham mana, the atomic metabolic product is manas. Okay, this is written in Chandogya Upanishad. This means the every ion, every atom of the food is going into the sublimed stage, and finally sublimation is ojas or sattva, and that will nourish the mana. So this make our treatment procedures very easy. Otherwise, we are only dependent in philosophy, and philosophy cannot be a basis for the medical science. Philosophy can be a good basis of the psychology. Philosophy can be a good basis for the psychotherapies or counseling also. But philosophy for the purpose of the medicine or treatment, this is not the good basis. So that's why we have to understand what is the procedure of this gross matter converts into the subtle matter, and the subtlest matter is sattva. The subtlest form of the ahar is sattva, and that's why in Upanishad ahara shuddhi, and wonderfully you will wonder that Ayurveda in 4 chapters of one is a Vidhi Shonitiya, chapter 24th of the Sutristhana, one is Unmad, one is Apashmar, and in Apasmat Chikitsa there is one Atatva Abhinivesh. Ek eva Mahagadaha Atatva Abhinivesha. All the mental problems are covered under one umbrella, that is Atatva Abhinivesh. And wonderfully, these all are caused by Malin Ahar. Malinahar Shilasya Rajo Moha Vritatmana. The same line, same causative list is written in Vidhi Shonitiya, in Unmad, in Apashmar, and in Atatva Binivesh. Means Malin Ahar. What is Malin Ahar? Malin Ahar. Malin Ahar is full of the gross material only, that cannot go into the subtle matter. We can make the body from that Malin Ahar. 6 ap or 8 ap or something, muscle mass or fat mass or something, blood also, but not able to convert into the sar, not able to convert into the sattva. That's why Malin Ahar is the cause of all these 4 chapters. Malin Ahar is the central point for all these mental problems. So, Malin Ahar is very important, and you see, you are more knowledgeable from me that what is going on after COVID or before COVID. After COVID, 40-50% increase in the mental problems because of now the food adulterations, now the food habits changed, now the migrated foods are in our practice, then we reheat, reuse, preserved food, ready to eat food. These are Malin Ahar. And this is the main cause for not converting the food into the subtle or atomic metabolization, that is sattva. That's why we are losing our confidence. We are very easily get angry, easily feared, easily stressed, easily go into the anxiety, easily go into the substance abuses. Our patience is loose, our memory is less, our intellect is, emotions are not pure even. So this is the reason. Ayurveda say this is the main reason for the mental problems. Now this is the time when we are thinking about the causes, and most of the mental problems, we don't know the cause, we don't know the origin, we don't know the source causes. So this is the source cause of the all mental problems. You please take it and go through these chapters if you can, and few chapters from Upanishad, few chapters from Kanad Vaisheshik Darshan. Vaisheshik Darshan says, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Only this is the man which can bond or bind the body and which can liberate the body. So, what is the food for the liberation? Purity. The purity of the food is the basic treatment for the all mental problems. And unfortunately, all our psychiatric cases are unfortunately having this type of the Malin Ahar more than the normal people. And the parents are not in position to avoid this type of the habits or change this type of the habits of the patients also. This is the main problem. Then Avidhi Rakta. Avidhi Rakta means there are 3 more diseases are written in Avidhi Rakta. Mada, 6 type of the Mada, 3 types of the Murcha, and 3 types of the Sannyas. Mada, Vatik Mada, Paitik Mada, Slashmik Mada, Raudhir Mada, Vishaj Mada, and Madhyaj Mada. These are the 6 Madas. After substance abuses, the mind get intoxicated. And what is intoxicated really? That is blood intoxication. Intoxication through the blood going into the mind. So Vidhi Rakta and Avidhi Rakta. Vidhi Rakta means good blood and Avidhi Rakta is bad blood, intoxicated blood. And these are the causes for the intoxication of the blood. And that intoxicated blood, mind will not work properly. Shakta nalpadrutabhasham chalaskalita chestim samprahara kalipriyam. Many of the symptoms are given there. They are fine, very beautifully define the mental problems. These are the primary stages of the mental problems. These are very primary mental problems which are stress, anxiety, substance abuse and fear, psychosis and phobia, different type of the phobias. These are the mada. Mada means one is madatya, that is because of alcoholism. But mada is because of the blood impurities of the blood. That is written in chapter 24th of the Sutristan. So Mada, Murcha and Sannyas. And how these disease travels, what are the srotas for the disease? In commentary, the Gananath Sen has beautifully defined the every mental problem is traveling through rasa astrig chetana vahi srotas. One common group of the srotas, that is rasava srotas, means what you say, the plasma, and blood is astring, and third one is life. This blood is a jiva rakta. Susrut says raktam jiva iti sthiti. This is nothing, blood only. This is life dispensing system. Every living cell is floating in the blood. 1/4 of the total cells are floating in the blood only. They are erythrocytes, leukocytes or platelets. They are living cells. So raktam jiva iti sthiti, blood is the only tissue which is floating the life within it. Yunakti praninam pranasonitam yanuvartate. Every cell of this body is connected with the life through the blood only. The blood is the dispenser of the life only. So that's why this chapter is very important. And every disease we confirm with the blood test only. Liver function, kidney functions or lipid profiles and enzymes and hormones and many of the problems we can know with the blood only, because blood is the central stream that carry all nutritions, life and death also, then intoxicants also. So that's why the blood is important. And you will wonder that in that chapter of Sutristan means before Nidanistan, before Chikitsastan, one treatment is written there, that is Ashtavinshati Paniya Kalyanak. And that same Ashtavinshati Paniya Kalyanak is written in Unmad Chikitsa also, in Mahakalyanak Grit. So what for this Ashtavinshati 20? Ashtavinshati means the 28 drugs which can detox the blood. Okay? Since 1995 I am practicing mental health cases also. And this is the only, I am very humbly request you, this is the only medicine I am using for detoxification of the blood. Only Siddha Jala of Ashtavinshati Paniya Kalyana. No plain water. Hai. Please take this water only. Ashtavinshati, you can see this Ashtavinshati Aushadhi from Vishala to Katuka. This is in Mahakalyana Grit Unmad Chikitsa of Charak Samhita. You can easily get it. Okay. Then one more important thing. In this chapter, concluded by the Charaka, कि तस्य संरक्षितव्यम ही मन प्रलय हेतुतः. Pralay, crisis. In the crisis, to avoid the crisis of the mental problems or psychic problems, tasya sanrakshitavyam. Blood should be conserved purely. Purity of the blood should be conserved very nicely. Tasya, raktasya, that blood, that purity of the blood is to be conserved very nicely, very beautifully, very sincerely, to avoid the every crisis of the mental problems. Tasya sanrakshitavyam hi mana pralaya hetuta. Pralaya means not pralaya. Pralaya means crisis. Okay? Critical stages. This is all by Manas. Now, one more important thing, कि in Ayurveda, our all treatments are based on Tridosh, Vat, Pitta, Kapha. Every drug is given the Prabhav and Rasa Guna Virya Vipak, which are Vata aggravating or pacifying, Pitta aggravating or pacifying, or Kapha aggravating or pacifying, Vatagna or Vat Prakopak, Kapha Prakopak or Kaphagna. So we again very intelligently Charaka in Vatakala Kaliya Adhyay. Vatakala Kaliya means the properties and physiological performance of the Vata. All 16 Kala, 16 physiological functions are described there. One of the important functions related to Manas is a Niyanta Praneta cha Manasa. What is regularizing? What is the controlling dosha for the mana? Niyanta controlling and Praneta executing. Vata is the only executing and only controlling factor for the manas. So now we have the key. So Vatanuloman or Vata Sanshaman is very important for the every manas rog. Even Kaphas Unmad, even Kaphas Apashmar also. In every stages, Vata is important. And Vata is important? Again, in chapters 11 of the Sutristan and first of the Sariristhan, one very important quote is there कि the seat of mana, स्पर्शनेन्द्रिय सर्वेंद्रिय व्यापकम, this tactile sensory system is omnipresent in all the sensory systems. We taste after touching, we inhale, we smell after touching, we see after touching, and we hear after touching. So the touch sensation is very important. So the seat of manas is chetas samavahi, sparsanendriya cheto samavahi. This is written in Sutristan 11. Now we have the second key to treat the manas roga. We have to treat the sparsanendriya. We have to treat the skin. तो अभ्यंग, अवगाहन, स्वेदन, आलिंगन, है ना, these are the स्पर्शनेन्द्रिय. Even the mani mantra dharan is also to be touched on the skin. Alingan, Ashirvad, Auguntan, these all for the स्पर्शनेन्द्रिय. And we can touch to the manas through touching, handshake, alingan. This all will give the very good feeling to the manas also. This will touch the manas. Ashirvad, this will touch the manas also. So this is rightly said, the sparsanendriyam cheto samavayi. So man is seated in sparsanendriya. That's why in one time man has beautifully performed all the sensory knowledge in one time. This is Kamal Patra Bhedan Nyaya. And all this knowledge, we are smelling some rose. This is in our memory, this is our hand memory also. We can feel the tender touch of the rose petals. We can see the beautiful red color or rose color in our eyes. At the same time, so all indriya gets the knowledge because the man is seated in the sparsanendriya. And this life science starts from the loop, that is sparsa. This is in Tadhi tad sparsa vijnanam dhariyat hridayasritam. First sign of the life is start from the spars. So sparsanendriya, and first in Sushrut Sariristhan 4, Sushrut mentioned first started with the Sapta Tvacha, then Sapta Kala, then organism. This is embryogenesis. Sushrut is mentioning embryogenesis in Sushrut Sariristhan 4. Embryogenesis starts with the dermatological evolution. First with 7 layers of the tvacha, second with 7 layers of the kala, and third one is ashay and avyav. So organism started with the tvacha only. So first evolution, first organ introduced by evolved as tvacha. So this life starts with the sparsanendriya. So now we are having many procedures on the skin. They all will give the good relief in mental cases. It's my personal experience, and book is also prescribing this system. Vatanuloman. Second thing is Vat, that should be Anuloman. Only constipation may cause many mental problems. Only gut irregularities can cause the mental problems. Only dyspepsia or acid reflux can cause of the mental problems. So this is only all Vatic problems. So this should be regulated. Basti is best treatment for the Vata. So many patients can be treated with the Basti. Basti means medicated Niru or Anuvasan Basti. This is also very good treatment for the mental cases. Then sleep. Many problems related with the mentally sick patients are related with the insomnia or hypersomnia or irregular sleep or break sleep or many type of the sleep problems. And we are seeing many of the sedatives, tranquilizers and sleeping pills are being used for the mental cases. Why the sleep is so important in these cases of the psychiatry? Because sleep is the result of three things. Visayebhyo nivartante, one thing, means when the sensory system is withdrawn from from gathering the informations. But now screen time and mobile time is so high. Indriya are every time busy to getting the information. So sleep is disturbed. Karmatmana klavanvitaha, and exercises, physical activities are less, so body is not tired for the sleeping. Come, go by car and come to the office, sit in the AC and go by car and go home. Nothing, no physical activity. Third one is yadatu manasik klante tada swapiti manavaha. Third one is very important. When mana should be rest, go into the rest class. The rest for the man is required for whole night at least to repair the wear and tear, daily wear and tear, because the nidra is bhuta dhatri. Bhuta dhatri means mother of the living being, because when the children are sleeping, mother will do the household work which are remaining very nicely. So if the person is sleeping, then sleep will repair the wear or tear. So unfortunately, these three conditions for the sleep are not fulfilled in nowadays. Indriya nivritti is not there, Shram of Sarir is not there, and Shram or Klam or Manas is not there. So unfortunately, sleep quality is poor. And you will wonder, this chapter is written by Sustrut in same chapter where embryogenesis is written. So for better embryogenesis, for the better evolution, the sleep 18 hours or 24 hours sleep for embryo is necessary. And for us, 7-8 hours sleep is still necessary. But unfortunately, people who are getting mentally sick are also having the history of irregular sleep habits. So, this is the one important cause. And three important causes are there. Huh? The Indriya Nivritti is not there. The Vyayam exercises is not there. And Man is totally engaged, 24 hours engaged. Even in sleep and dreams also, it is engaged. And the targets this one, that one, that one. This is the problem. So, no peace, no calm, no stability, no rest. So, this is the one more problem. Now, we can think about that there are three types of the patients: Hinsa, Rati, and Abhyarchan. Some are violent, some are Rati. Rati means Ichha, obsessions. Some are having obsessions of different kind of the obsessive compulsions. Rati. And third one is Abhyarchan, demanding every time, or false the spiritual practices. Jap, tap, home, niyam, bali, dharan, mangna. These are the further 3, 4 time, 5 time snan, dhyan, jap, 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, a long weekend, they go into the jap. Abhyarchan. This third one, these two patients, obsessive compulsions and Abhyarchan, are treatable. Dvau itarau sadhyam, hinsa asadhyam. The violent people are difficult to treat, but two others are very easy to treat. Why? Kamat krodham, krodhat kamam, काम क्रोध both with bhayam. Vishmapanam, tarjanam, bhayam. These are the treatment actually. In initial days of the psychiatry, there were the treatment of this type of the bhaya, tarjan, vishmaran, bhaya ityadi. But now these are changed a little while. But still these are the basic, these may be the basic for the treatment actually. So finally we are discussed about the what is manas, what is sattva, what is chetas, what is truth, and what are the false. And there are 4 constituents of the life. What is Sariram, Sattvam, Indriya, or Atma. Sattvam Atma Sariram cha, and Sarir in Sarirendriya Sattvatma Sanyogo Dhari Jivitam. 4 constituents of the life. All these 4 constituents of the life need their own specific food. The food, drinks and breathe are for body, sarir. But for indriya, indriyarth are needed for food. The subjects, sensory subjects, are the food of sensory system. Good hearing, good listening, good smell, good taste, and good touch, and good what? good sea, good views. These are the treatment. If a person is having a good company, satam sevanam asatam parivarjanam. This is the another key given by the Shastra. Practice a very good company and avoid the bad companies. Because these companion can generate your epigenetics, and very easily you can shift into the abuses only with the inspiration of bad company, and only with the good inspiration of good company you can improve yourself. So company, this is written in 2 chapters, and lastly in Shariristhan 10 times, and one full chapter Indriyopakramana is written there. This good company, good reading, good hearing, good listening, good smell is the good food for the Indriya. Like food, drinks and breathe are the food for the body. And what is for the manas? Manan, Chintan. Chintyanam chati chintanad is the bad food for the man. What is considerable, you are overthinking anything, this is bad for the man. And achintyanam cha chintanat, what is not considerable, you are unnecessarily thinking of that. This is also bad. So chintan, manan, vicharan, uha, dheya and sankalpa are the food of manas. Good reading, good thoughts, good company. This is the food for the manas. And for Atma, Atma is also need food. For Atma, Sanyam is the best food for the Atma. Control, Indriya Sanyam, Manas Sanyam, Mano Nigraha is the good food for the Atma. And Dhyan, Bhajan, Jap, Tap, Shuddhi, and purity, these are the food for the Atma. So every ingredient of the life needs their own specific food and good food. That's why ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhau dhruva smriti. So this is the last and final word from Charak, that all four ingredients need pleasure and welfare. This is Sukhayu and Hitayu. Sukhayu for your individual, and Hitayu for all human being, all living being. This is Hitayu. Anyone alone cannot be happy, cannot be satisfied and trapt when others are hungry, when others are sad, when others are in grief. So it is to be delivered. Happiness is to be created, happiness to be delivered to others. And that's why in chapter 30th of this Sutristan, one Vidya Vrangananam, Ahinsha Praninam Pranavardhananam, Brahmacharyam Ayananam, and Ayurveda Amritanam. Brahmacharyam Ayananam, your lifestyle, your good code and conduct. This will lead the happiness, this will create the happiness in all living beings. So now I am summing up my treatment. There are 3 stages of the manas, and every part, every section of the manas is having a specific treatment in our books. Man is Vata Niyantrit, is regulated by Vata. So for Man, good sleep and good Vata Nigraha, Vata Prashaman, pacification of the Vata. Most of the Ayurvedic recipes for the mental problems are made by ghee, घृत. तो घृत इज श्रेष्ठ वात निग्रह कर. कल्याण घृत, दाक्षादि घृत, है ना, दिस पंचगव्य घृत, दिस इज घृत. घृता इज द बेस्ट treatment for the manas roga. But I don't see anyone is using Ghrita in my conservative system of the psychiatric treatment. But this is the treatment and we are using, we are getting the good results. Ghrita. Because it is Vata Nigraha, Agni Vardhak, Vata Vardhak and best food, which is the basis for the subtilization of the food. Subtlest sattva is Ghrita. Ghrita is the essence of the quintals of the grass. Ghrita is the essence of the quintals of the herbs. Just few grams. This is sattva. So sattva is Ghrita, and Ghrita we are having in abundance. So Ghrita is the treatment for this manas roga. Abhyang is the treatment for the manas roga. Avgahan, tub bath is the good treatment for the manas roga with Avgahan with Vatanasak Dravya, decoction of the Vatanasak Dravya, Dashmul, Nirgundi. This is very good. Avgahan. Simple. Siro Dhara, Siro Pichu, Siro Abhyang, Nashya. These are the Vata Saman. These are the very good treatment for this manas roga. Karna Pichut, Nabhi Purana, Nasha Purana, Basti are the good treatment for the Vata, good treatment for the manas roga also. In one rehabilitation center at Melbourne, I fortunately had one opportunity to get this WHO fellowship in mental health in 1995, and I worked there in some rehabilitation center. And Australia is very good open country, and my professor was Indian, fortunately. He was understanding very well the importance of Ayurveda and principles of Ayurveda and this Ayurvedic herbs. So we have used the Ghrita there in all forms, in form of Nashya, in Basti, in Siro, Abhyanga and in Abhyanga, in all forms, in Pana also. So we with 24 Pravicharana. And it bear very good results. In very severe cases even. Otherwise, in my OPD practice, I don't take the severe problems generally, but most of the 80% cases are very having primary mental problems. they can be treated very easily, and severe patients you are